Congratulations on taking your first steps towards getting SOC 2 compliant. Now, if this is your first experience dealing with SOC 2, some of the things on your screen may seem unfamiliar or confusing. But don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll understand what's on your dashboard, how it applies to you, and what to do next. Let's start with what you are looking at, your SOC 2 blueprint dashboard. This is your personalized starting point, a list of recommendations and action items tailored to your organization. On the left, we've got your answers to some of the questions we asked, like what industry are you, where do you store your data, how development works at your company, so on and so forth. Up top is requirements. Requirements is split into 3 sections. You'll see a section called Trust Service Criteria and a number for 1 to 5 next to it. SOC 2 has 5 available trust service criteria: security, availability, confidentiality, processing integrity, and privacy. Of the 5, security is the only compulsory TSC. The others can be opted based on your needs. You can think of TSCs as pillars. The more sensitive data you handle under your roof, the more pillars you need to stay compliant. Each TSC has its own theme and a set of requirements called controls to help you meet the aims of the TSC. The more TSCs you have, the more controls you need to implement. Generally, the more time and effort you need to put in. Here's a quick overview of the 5 trust service criteria. The first is security. Security is about keeping your systems and data safe from unauthorized access. It's the compliance equivalent of locking your doors. In this case, secure networks and access controls. It's the only compulsory trust service criteria, and therefore, security is the foundation of SOC 2. Second up, availability. Availability ensures your systems are up and running when they need to be. The compliance equivalent of making sure your 24/7 helpline actually works 24/7. Confidentiality covers data that needs higher protection. Just like passwords deserve more protection than usernames, some kinds of sensitive data, like PII, need stricter safeguards, ensuring only the right people have the right access. Processing integrity ensures that your systems are working as intended without producing any errors or incorrectly manipulating data. If you run custom analysis in customer data, process transactions, financial, or manage sensitive workflows, this is probably for you. Last up is privacy. Privacy is exactly what it sounds like. GDPR, CCPA, DPDP, you've heard of all of them. If you collect any kind of consumer data, including data from your users on your app, cookies on your website, or personal and contact information, privacy should probably be added to your trust service criteria. Now, how do these trust service criteria work in the real world? That brings us to our second section. Each TSC breaks into different control criteria. So, security, which is one of the 5 TSCs, has 9 control criteria that deal with specific aspects of security, like communication, information, or logical and physical access controls. Each of these control criteria has controls, which is what you'll see in the 3rd section. Controls, very simply put, are actions or policies you'd implement to meet SOC 2's best practices around data security. So, to simplify, trust service criteria are categories, control criteria are subcategories, controls are the actual actions you will take to implement SOC 2. The more trust service criteria you have, the more control criteria apply to you, the more controls you're going to have to implement. Most organizations implementing SOC 2 will end up implementing between 100 to 200 controls, depending on which TSCs and criteria they're working with. Now that you've gotten the big picture, let's talk steps to become SOC 2 ready. There's 4 tabs that seem scary at first, but are actually super helpful. First up is policies. Policies are a bedrock of SOC 2. These are ground rules for how organizations handle security, compliance, and risk. Building these policies from scratch takes a ton of time and effort. But to help you along, based on your answers, we've actually gone ahead and mapped out some key policies for you. Customize these to your preference and you're one step closer already. Second up, risks. Every organization has different risks and thereby different solutions for these risks. SOC 2 requires a formal risk assessment, which is usually done annually. Just like with policies, we've mapped certain risks for you and you can use this baseline to build out your very own risk register. Next up, evidence. SOC 2 isn't just all talk. You need to prove you're doing what you say you're doing. This means sharing logs, reports, documents, and more with your auditor. As you collect these, upload them to your dashboard and you can download your very own consolidated evidence checklist. Finally, system description. Everything that I've explained to you in this video so far with relation to your organization's SOC 2 journey needs to be documented in detail for your final SOC 2 report. In the system description tab on your dashboard, you will find a list of things that you can get started with. Now, a couple final things before you get going. 1. Every organization's compliance journey looks a little different. Think of the SOC 2 blueprint as the starting point for this journey and customize it to fit your setup as you go. 2. We understand that SOC 2 is not always an easy journey for founders and small business owners. This video may have helped, but it also may not have. But fret not. You are not alone, and we have made sure of that. The blueprint does two cool things. One, it allows you to share your report. Maybe it's with a tech co-founder who understands these things better, a friend, or somebody who's gotten SOC 2 compliant before in the past who can help you out. Share the report with anybody at all and get started with your journey. Secondly, you'll also notice a second button on your dashboard because you can actually talk to the SOC 2 experts over at Sprinto and get started immediately. With their help and guidance, you will not only be able to navigate your SOC 2 journey a little easier, you'll also understand the range of benefits that come with compliance automation, powered by Sprinto. All of this and more is just a couple of clicks away. And now that you've got the lay of the land, you can head back to your dashboard and start customizing your blueprint for your organization. We wish you all the best. And as always, if you need any help at all, you can always reach out to us or leave a comment in the comment section below.